maybe 60 million people around the world have been forced out of their homes because of dams. It's a huge number of people. It's only a guesstimate because the dam industry's never kept decent figures on this. Some of the figures are very unreliable. The Chinese government says 10 million people have been displaced by its dam building. Some independent experts in China say 10 million people just in the Yangtze Valley. So the number throughout the country is maybe twice that. Some people in China say it's even maybe 30 million people. Around the world, dams are very disproportionately built on the lands of indigenous people. It happened in the United States, in the western United States, where even the reservations in which the Native Americans have been pushed onto, having had all the rest of their land stolen from them, and put in these reservations, and then the very best land in the reservations, which is the valley bottom land, has been flooded by dams and by reservoirs. The same thing in the Amazon. The dam sites in the Amazon are on indigenous land. In the Philippines, great majority of dam sites are on indigenous land. In India, very high proportion, 40% I think of the dams in India, or 40% of the people displaced by dams in India are Adivasis, people that belong to the tribal groups in India. In many respects they have won. They've won because they have made dam building such a big issue, such a controversy. They've shown India, they've shown the world how disastrous the decision-making process is in dams in India and how disastrous the impacts have been and the horrendous inequalities that result from dam building in India. That's already been shown. They've provided inspiration to people throughout India and the rest of the world to fight against dams and to remain put in their houses and not to move, and even if the waters rise, to stay there. They humbled the World Bank. They forced the World Bank out of the project. It was a major victory, and that has resulted in the World Bank now funding many fewer dams than they used to. Their struggle has indirectly led to the establishment of this World Commission on Dams. Supreme Court verdict is atrocious. It's really, I think, was a very bad day for Indian justice when that so-called justice when that ruling came out. It's clearly politically motivated. It's not based on any actual understanding of what are the impacts of dams. It's not based on any understanding of what's really going on in the Narmada Valley. It's purely a political decision to provide some support to the governments in Gujarat and in Delhi and get the project moving forward. And it's totally callous in terms of where it disregards the rights of the affected people, and has shown no interest in actually looking at what are alternatives to the projects, what are the real costs and benefits of the project. It's an atrocious and illogical, politically motivated decision. What they don't do is they don't look back and see what their actual experience has been with the projects they've already built, and then on the basis of that evidence evaluate, do they need more of these things in the future, and is this the best option for the future? And according to this World Commission on Dams, there's been $2 trillion spent on dams worldwide, and yet there's not been a single comprehensive evaluation done of a single dam anywhere in the world. Politicians worldwide have loved dams because they are status symbols. They're very visible, they're huge, they are in many ways very impressive. They're signs of what humanity can do, but specifically what a particular state or a nation or a political party can do. Then beyond their symbolic value, they have very real financial value because they're extremely expensive. So to build a big dam, you have to get lots of loans, and you get all those loans and you hand a lot of money out, and a lot of people get money, and a lot of contractors get wealthy, and there's plenty of opportunity for people to skim bits of money off the top and put it in their back pockets, and that happens all around the world with these huge projects, and that is inevitably another reason why politicians like to build big projects as opposed to going to cheaper alternatives. And the contribution of big dams to food production in India is only 10%, according to the World Commission on Dams, which is interestingly the same percentage of India's grain production, which is eaten by rats, according to the government estimates. So this question emerges: what does India need, more dams or less rats?